Let's talk about how I don't think it's a good idea for any black woman to date a police officer unless y'all knew each other before he became a police officer. I'm going to tell you why. I've heard from numerous black women, but I'm going to give you one. This girl I used to work with in like 2017, I want to say. She used to tell me because she was like the shift manager and shit, so she used to come over and talk to me. She told me about how she was dating this police officer and whatnot, but turns out he had like a situation. I want to say a wife, and didn't tell her. So when she found out and stopped talking to him, this man started pulling her over. Found out the dudes that she was dating and started randomly pulling them over. Even took one to jail. Threatened her that if he wanted to do something to her, he could, and nobody would know it was him.
Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about that TikTok video that you just saw. And it was of a young lady giving advice, particularly to black women. If you're going to date a police officer, you should date him if you knew him before he was a police officer. But when you go in the comments of this video, many women were, telling their scary stories about their encounters with dating police officers. People in their family who have been police officers or no police officers told them not to date any police officers. So it's been some horror stories, a lot of horror stories. But for me, you have to be careful dating anybody in this day and age. Anybody, no matter what they is. But if the person is a police officer or they have some type of a level of power or authority, you should be extra careful, to me. Because most of the time we say certain stuff because we're not in a situation as of yet. You don't know what you're going to do until you get in that situation. And sometimes you may say, oh, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. And then circumstances happen, some different things, the changes of events, and then what you say you was not going to do, then you end up doing it or you end up having it. That's why I be careful what I say with my mouth. When the situation, I know what I don't want, I'm going to watch out so it doesn't happen to me. But some certain such circumstances is when you get in that situation, then you're going to know what you're going to do or what you're not going to do. Because sometimes you may meet somebody, if you're meeting somebody, the person has done something nice for you or whatever. I've seen people do this. And then you fell in love. And then come to find out the person's police officer, and now what you do. And you have already fallen in love. The person has already did something nice for you or whatever. So I believe you just have to be very careful because that person has a level of authority and power do change people. Power changes people. So that's why you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful. Especially when you're dating, the person should even know where you live. You should even know what car you drive, especially if he's a police officer. I'm catching an Uber. You don't have to pay for Uber. I'll pay. That's why if you don't have any money, shouldn't be broke because sometimes you have to do stuff out of the norm for dating in this day and age because people are so crazy and so emotionally unintelligent. And at the end of the day, you have before you get to know the person, you have to look out for yourself first because you don't know this person. So you have to put yourself first at that time because you don't know the person yet. And it also going back to people, because I heard this song, she let you try after some Hennessy or whatever. People, hooking up on the first night and stuff like that. You hook up with this person and you come to find out, hey, he's a police officer, he's a firefighter, he's a paramedic or whatever. I draw a blank there. He's a paramedic, and then you already have bonded with that person, and then now that's the person that you say that you didn't want. So it's not that you have to be careful with only police officers. Is the man that is the police officer. Certain men that are police officers that have given police officers a bad name. Some of them, yes, they some special cases, but there are some that are good men. They will be good fathers and they will be good husbands. But you have to vet that person, just like you have to vet any other man. So you shouldn't look at, oh, it's a certain person with a career, or certain person in a certain industry or whatever. Is any man. You have to vet him regardless, because the man could be work at Chick-fil-A and he just as worse as a police officer. He just don't have the power that a police officer has, but he can be just as toxic and just as abusive as some police officers can be. So you have to be careful with all people. You have to vet people. You have to vet everyone. You have to be very careful. And that's why it's good to abstain, whether you abstain before marriage or abstain for a while before you get to know this person. Because when you already in relations with the person, and then you come to find out that they are not who they portray to be. They are a wolf in sheep clothing. They are Mr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde. And then now you have, bonded with this person, and you can't get free. So just be careful with every person that comes in your life. If you're dating every man, you have to be careful with him, but with somebody with power and that knows somebody, some people with some money, because let me tell you, some people, the person with money will make people do a lot of crazy stuff. So you have to be careful, okay? Be careful with everybody. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.